everyone, today I'm going to be doing my top 10 Britney Spears songs of all time. In my opinion, she is one of the greatest pop stars of all time. Before I get into it, obviously this is just my list and I'm going to be doing some honorable mentions at the end. And let's get into it. So first up, I have Blur from her Circus album. I think that this is an exquisite song. It's just super interesting to listen to just in terms of the production. I really like the vocal inflections that she's using all the way throughout the song. The lyrical content, I feel like it's just something that's unique in her discography and something that I really enjoy listening to. And now on to number 9, which is going to be Swinging in the Stars from her Glory album. I think that this is a great record to listen to, super entertaining overall, really dazzling production going on all the way throughout. And it's just always been a standout for me on the Glory album. And now on to number 8, which is going to be Sometimes off of her Baby One More Time album. I think that this is a beautiful record. I know that Britney herself doesn't really care that much for it, but it's always really held a soft spot in my heart. I just really enjoy listening to this one. I think the bridge on here is sublime. I really like her vocal performance on this. So definitely something I feel like gets overhated. I feel like it deserves a little bit more appreciation. I also really like the music video. The choreography for it is great. I just love a good ballad, and that's what this is for me. And now on to number 7, which is going to be Early Morning off the In the Zone album. I think that this is a super cool track. I really love the vocal inflections that she's using all the way throughout it. It just really strikes me. And the production is just so intricate to listen to, and I feel like it's something that, again, is unique in her discography. This and Blur kind of feel like sister songs to me, and so I just really appreciate its inclusion on the album. This kind of feels like a breath of fresh air every single time that I listen to it, and I feel like it's a super catchy record as well. Definitely underrated for sure. And now on to number 6, Oops, I Did It Again off the album of the same name. She ate this one up. The fact that she had her debut single, and believe me, I will be touching on that later, and then she came out with this as a lead single for her next album. I know she had all the pop girls shaking in their boots, and rightfully so. This song is like the crown jewel of pop songs. What was done with this song can't be replicated, and it shouldn't be. Sometimes you reach the top, and what she did with the song, masterful. Definitely shout out to Max Martin for doing what he did with this song. Greatly appreciate his contributions at this time. And this is something that is of its time, but in the best way. I just really appreciate everything about the song. Think that it was super well done. I love the music video. I love the looks that she had in it. I love the choreography. That is iconic. I mean, this album sold like 1 million copies first week. Listening to the song, the proof is in the pudding right there. Some people have an entire career, they wish they had one song as iconic, as memorable, as well done as this one is. And now on to number 5, which is going to be Baby One More Time off of the album of the same name. So this is one of the most iconic, influential debut singles of all time. Whenever she started her career, she had a mission, and I have to respect that. Once again, shout out to Max Martin, because what was crafted here is nothing short of brilliance. I love her vocal performance here. I really like the delivery. I think it's a super catchy song. Songwriting down here is great. Production is on 10. Everything that needed to be achieved with the song was done, and masterfully so. And now on to number 4, which is going to be I Run Away from the Britney album. I think that this is a stunning ballad overall. One thing that really stands out on this one to me is the vocals, and also the background vocals, and just everything that is done there. All the little details that are put there, just super interesting to listen to. Very fitting for the song. I feel like this song kind of has something that's like haunting about it, something that's sad about it, that kind of creeps all the way through it. And just the way that everything is brought together in the song really stands out to me. I always appreciate when people put the effort into vocal production. I feel like it just really takes the song to the next level. I feel like the production on here is incredible. I also love the instrumentation as well. And a really nice touch that was done on this song is whenever it's the last chorus and then it's just the guitar and her kind of like stripped down, and then the production comes back and just hits you full force. Again, there's something that is really sad about this song, and something that just really grabs me every single time that I listen to it. I just wanted to take a second to appreciate the songwriting on here, which I think is brilliant all around. And I love whenever she says, let's pretend that I moved on, and I'll tell myself that life goes on without you. Open my eyes, look deep inside, I run away. And then I love whenever there's a part in the song where she says that, and then the background comes in, it says I run away. Oh, what a masterpiece. There's just something very real about the song. It's just different. It stands out. It's almost like she came through the song, and I feel like it's really unique in her discography in that way. Just think that this is a masterpiece overall. Doesn't really get much better than this in my opinion. And now on to number 3, which is going to be Why Should I Be Sad from the Blackout album. And so this is a banger. The Neptunes really ate this up just in terms of the production. One of my favorite Britney productions of all time. It's just so phenomenal, everything that's going on there and just all the little intricacies whenever you listen to it, just in terms of that. Shout out to Pharrell for the songwriting on this track. Seems to be a more personal song for her, kind of just talking about everything that she went through in her marriage. You know, I did all these things for you, and unfortunately you did me wrong, you played me, and is that upsetting? Sure, but in the end, why should I be sad about that? Why should I let that consume me and ruin me? Instead, let me take that, let me turn lemons into lemonade, let me go and find the best version of myself, even though it is challenging. And a very empowering song. I just really like the vocal delivery and the lyrics over the production. And the bridge, one of my favorite Britney bridges of all time. Oh, she ate that in the studio. It was something serious. And now on to number 2, which is going to be Unusual You from her Circus album. I think that this is such an excellent record with this amazing production all over it. And one thing I really like about the song is the juxtaposition of like the light, airy vocals over increasingly complicated production, and also the nice sentiments of the song. And the lyrics, she's saying, baby, you're so unusual, didn't anyone tell you you're supposed to break my heart? I expect you to, so why haven't you? She's basically saying, why haven't you broken my heart? This is something that I am so used to. I know the cycle at this point, but you're treating me well, you're doing things differently, and that is something that I ultimately can get used to, and that's something that's a nice surprise for me just because it is so different. And so that messaging of the song, I think, really makes it special and stand out in Her Discography. And then I also really love the bridge of this song, and just the places that it goes musically with the production is really fascinating, and I love her vocals and then how it goes back into the chorus. Vocal delivery is something that really stands out to me on the song, just really pulls me in, and that juxtaposition, which I was talking about earlier, is super cool, and I just feel like she really floats over it, and just everything pairs together so well with this song. And this is just one that over time has just steadily rose up in my favorite Britney songs. This is one that I listen to the most. I feel like this is a gem in Her Discography. And now on to my number 1 pick, which is going to be Cinderella off of the Britney album. If I ever make a video of my favorite pop songs of all time, this has to be on there somewhere in the top 5. Whenever I talk about pop masterpieces, I'm talking about a song like this. Such a striking track. I really love the production on here. It is just so mesmerizing to listen to. Great vocals. I love the vocal delivery. I love how she owns it. I love the grit to her voice that she has on this particular track. And yeah, she's saying, here we are with nothing but honesty. I've had enough. Like, she really is going in on this song. I just love the edge that this has to it, and it is just everything. Every single time I listen to this, I'm taken to another level. I feel like I became a better person. I feel like I got everything that I needed to in life. And that's what pop music is supposed to do. Whenever they went into the studio, they made something special. I do not know why, for the life of me, this was not a single. How was this not a single? I think this would have done very well as a single. I saw the other singles that she releases as an album. This could have been in something else's place, in my personal opinion, of course. But whenever you have pop perfection like this, I have to reward it. I have to respect it. I have to commend it, because it's not every day that people are just making excellence like this. It really is not. This song alone cements Britney Spears as one of the best pop stars of all time. It really does. It really does. Like, I just cannot explain my love for the song. Like, talking about it, it just makes me want to go listen to it again. I love the bridge on the song. I love the progression of it. I love the lyrical sentiments and everything, like I was kind of talking about earlier, talking about just not being appreciated in relationships, saying, I'm sorry, but I have to leave. I'm not going to keep putting up with this. Yeah, there's just no more words to describe how brilliant this song is. I already knew whenever I was making this video that this song had to be here. It was just the destiny. And if you've never heard the song before, I'm going to need you to hit play for me, because this song, it's just without words. It's just without words. That is how good it is. You're gonna listen to it and just be like, she really slid. And I just had to appreciate the brilliance that is Cinderella by Britney Spears. So I had to have it on my number 1, and it is what it is. And now onto a couple honorable mentions. So I wrote down Slumber Party from the Gloria album. That song is super catchy. I really liked it. I thought about putting it on here, but it didn't make it. Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman from the Britney album. Great ballad. I wish she had more ballads in her discography. Radar. That song was so good. She had to put it on 2 albums, and people still slept on it. I will never understand how you listen to the brilliance that is Radar and you don't immediately sit up and just praise Britney for what she's put onto this world. I'll never know. I'll never know, but I had to talk about that song. Last up is going to be Break the Ice. Really considered putting this on my list in the place of Sometimes, but I listened to Sometimes again, and I just adore that song. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to put that on here, so I have to have Break the Ice as an honorable mention. But Britney definitely slid. If I did a top 15, that would be on here. I even thought about maybe doing a top 15, but something in me was like, no, just do top 10. Britney has so many excellent songs that, you know, it's kind of hard to go and see which ones absolutely have to make it. So this was hard to whittle down, but these are ultimately the ones I chose. I could have done Anticipating from the Britney album. I could have done Bombastic Love off of the Britney album. We have so many great choices for this moment, but these are the ones that I keep listening to the most. These are the ones whenever I think of Britney and my favorite songs by her, these are the ones I'm like, they have to be on there. So there were some tough choices made today for this list, but ultimately it had to be done. Ultimately, it had to be done. Also, really quickly, I know a lot of people are going to be like, why didn't you put Toxic on the list? Great record, of course. I like these other songs better, and that's what it's going to be. I might be causing some controversy, but this is my personal list, and it is what it is. But that is going to be it for my list of my top 10 Britney Spears songs. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of my choices down below. How would you re-rank the list? You know, are there songs that you think should have been added on, left out? Let me know down below in the comments. And also, please give me your personal list, because Britney's discography this year spoke to me in a different way than it ever has before, and I just had to sit down and give Britney her 10s for the discography that she's put onto the world, for the excellence that she's put onto this world. You see I'm wearing a Janet Jackson shirt, and that is one of Britney's idols, inspiration, huge Janet Jackson fan myself, so just had to pay homage. And I'm going to be doing a video, hopefully this year or next year, I'm going to re-rank her albums, because like I said, everything hit in a different way for me, so now it's just recontextualizing the entire discography. I really want to spend time with it. I want to give each album its detailed time, talk about more standouts and everything, because some songs I slept on, didn't give it the respect the first few times, but I have to run it back and do it. But it was definitely on my spirit to make this video. I wrote this out, and that's what it's gonna be. But that's gonna be it for this video. You guys enjoyed it, give it a like down below, helps me on the line YouTube algorithm. I very much appreciate it. You can subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Hit the bell, get a notification to when I post, so you're not missing brand new videos come out. First link down below in the description will be my second channel. Also gonna have Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, TikTok if you guys like to follow me, as well as a link to stream Britney's discography if you are interested, and lastly links to educate you guys on important situations. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.